Hi everyone, we are LaChiMoLaLa,
LaChiMoLaLa.
and we are back with our next count them, two EXO videos. We are going to do Mama and Wolf, both the Korean and the Mandarin version.
When we watched the dance practice videos for History and What Is Love Before, they were blocked, unfortunately.
Oh,
A lot of the XOL said like, uh-oh, be careful about reacting to the Chinese videos because it could be blocked. But for us, we definitely want to listen to both of the versions and watch both of the versions because, again, you know, we are one. They're one group. Even though it's split out to Korean and the Mandarin version, we're still gonna watch both. But should it be blocked, you guys? It's gonna be a little bit blurred, but on the Mandarin video. But if it's not, then forget that I said all this.
who
Fingers
knows what will
crossed.
happen? Right
Who
now, it's kind of
knows?
a crapshoot, but we'll see.
This is technically, I guess, like live. I don't know. I don't know. What do you call this? But anyways, but yeah, we're gonna watch both versions regardless, and we'll still talk about it afterwards, of course, now I'm really interested, in seeing both of these videos because we'll get to see more of their universe. We got a little glimpse last time, but now we get to see more, but I believe Mama is their debut track.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, okay,
so
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I believe the first two were their pre-debut tracks, and this is their debut track. So
Wow.
yeah,
So, title track off mini album or digital single, what have you.
yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Okay, well, I should point out, we're going to start with the Korean version, and this has 98.2 million views.
Wow,
That's a lot of
amazing.
views.
Yeah, very
I
close
mean,
to
I know
100.
it's a little older, but still, that's a lot of views.
I mean, that's pretty amazing too, because even it's an older video, sometimes people don't go back and watch it,
Yeah,
but
sometimes it gets the most amount of hits like the first week, first month.
hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's amazing.
Yeah. All right, you ready
Um,
for this?
yeah, I am definitely ready for this, but am I ready? I don't know. I don't think I'm ready. Okay, I'm not ready yet because I mean, have you liked, share, and subscribe yet? Because if you didn't, now I'm ready. So I'm just saying.
I have.
Yay! All
Yay.
right, now I'm ready to watch it then.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Bam.
When the skies and the
Oh my
ground
gosh.
spoke
Oh,
on the legends,
okay, this is gonna
through
be
their
epic.
12 forces, nurtured the tree of life.
Whoa.
But I, Red Force, created the evil which coveted the heart of tree of life, and the heart slowly grew dry. To attend and embrace the heart of tree of life, the legends hereby divide the tree in half and hide each side. Hence, time is overturned and space turns askew. The 12 forces divide into two and create two suns that look alike. Into two worlds that seem alike. The legends travel apart. The legends shall now see the same sky but shall stand on different grounds. Shall stand on the same ground but shall see different skies. The day the grounds beget a single file before one sky. In two worlds that seem alike, the legends will greet each other. The day the Red Force is purified and the 12 forces reunite in one perfect route.
Oh, is that supposed to be
A
the two
new
bands?
world shall open up.
Mm-hmm. I think so. In 12 forces, all 12 of them. Red Force is a
Oh,
bad
yeah,
dude.
obviously. Yeah.
Oh, so those are all of their markings, right? I mean,
Yeah.
잃어버린 채 외면하는 것 같아 참을 수밖에 없어 눈을 감지 마
So we're really going to get to see all their powers in this.
Yeah, it looks like it, right? Oh, this is like really epic.
마마 이제 내게 대답해줘 왜 사람들이 달라졌는지 아름다운 시절이라는 게 존재하긴 했는지 이제 너는 사랑하는 법도 잊었고
That's some hair.
Yeah.
등을 돌린 채로 살아가기 바쁜 건 익명의 가면을 감췄던 사람이 가득한 지식 끝을 봐도 배고픈 듯한 이제 만족해 언젠가부터 우리 수면탄 감옥에 자발적으로 갇혀 영과 일로 만든 이 그런 인격을 맡겨 인생 넘도가
Oh my gosh, they're such babies.
Right?
날이 갈수록 외로움만 더해져 우리가 인간일 수밖에 없는 건 상처받는 건 손을 잡고 돌이키고 싶다면
Dance break. Wow. Oh, and some guitar in here too.
Right?
What?
Nice.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
깨져버린 마음에 보다 깊은 사랑을 모두 함께 웃을 수 있다면 우린 더 이상 눈을 마주하지 않을까 소통하지 않을까 사랑하지 않을까 아픈 현실에 다시 눈물이
Okay, so we're seeing the EXO-M members.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow. Okay. This sounds weird. Okay. You guys know that I have a tendency to listen to like instrumentals first, you know? This kind of reminded me of Puff Daddy's like, or P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever he calls himself nowadays.
Whatever he was at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. You know that Godzilla track? It has like
Yeah. Mhm.
it was very reminiscent of that to me.
The whole
Weird.
chorus with like almost a Gregorian chant
Mhm.
is very movie theme.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is yeah.
It's well, you can definitely tell it's like a grand epic scale. So actually, Godzilla's probably a pretty good reference. You know what I mean? Like, because it's supposed to be, you can tell it's like larger than life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of the sounds they're using are things that I associate with like those big, like action-packed CGI moments.
Yeah, yeah, which they clearly have in here.
Hmm.
Like they started off like it sounded like, sounded like it was like a story that they were setting
Hmm.
up. I
It's like the trailer
I know, right? And
for the band.
that voice, I swear I've heard like that voice like talk, in trailers
What?
before. It sounds very familiar. I'm like, who's speaking right now? Like, are
It's
you?
interesting they chose to do it in English.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why they did that,
But I think you were
that's,
right, like about all the symbols in the beginning and stuff. So do you think that's like them entering into the human realm?
I think so. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm. So very
I'm kind of
interesting.
surprised that their powers work here, or I wonder if this is them like getting to know their powers because maybe they're different.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, each one of them has like a unique power,
Yeah, but I just mean maybe it's
but
different than how it is like on their planet.
oh,
Maybe
on
it
their
works a
planet,
little differently
I
because it seems
don't
like they're all kind of like testing it out.
know. Mm-hmm.
You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
maybe it's slightly different than what they're used to.
Yeah.
I don't
Ah,
know. Very interesting. And then when
very
you see like
interesting.
the other guys through like those parallel like mirrors or windows, I'm wondering all 12 of them have different
I think so.
powers?
I
Okay.
I, I want to say
Interesting.
yes. I guess we'll find out when we watch the
I
Mandarin
guess we
version.
will. In fact, why don't we just do that instead of me
Okay.
quizzing you about something you've never seen? Sorry about that. Okay, and then we can just talk about the full videos
Yeah.
right after this.
All
Here
right.
is Mama, the Mandarin version.
When the skies and the grounds were one, the legends, through their 12 forces, nurtured the tree of life. But I, the red force, created the evil which
I mean,
coveted
like
the
the
heart
oboe.
of tree of life, and the heart slowly grew dry. To attend and embrace the heart of tree of life, the legends hereby divide the tree in half and hide each side. Hence, time is overturned and space turns askew. The 12 forces divide into two and create two suns that look alike. Into two worlds that seem alike, the legends travel apart. The legends shall now see the same sky, but shall stand on different grounds. Shall stand on the same ground, but shall see different skies. The day the grounds beget a single file before one sky. In two worlds that seem alike, the legends will greet each other. The day the red force is purified and the 12 forces reunite into one perfect root. A new world shall open up.
I'm always mesmerized by their dancing.
Oh, it seems like they're having a lot of different backgrounds.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they all have different powers,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, I was just trying to like soak up as much of the differences as possible so we could discuss. That's why I was like very quiet.
That makes sense. Yeah. Wow. Again, epic. That's
Yeah.
if I had one word to explain this song, it's epic, you know? Well, thankfully, our wonderful EXO-L, Le Music Fun, she gave us a heads up and said, please lead. Why am I pronouncing R's as L's these days? I don't know. But please read the lyrics before watching Mama, which we both did. So thankfully we did because we would have been incredibly lost.
Yeah.
So offline we did read the English translation. And so you mentioned, Beth, like Mama is a translation of King, right? Yeah.
And I only know that from all the K-dramas I've watched.
Yay!
They
It
do
paid
teach you
off.
things, guys. They do.
Mhm.
Yeah, but without that, I mean, obviously the first thing as Americans that comes to mind, mama, is your mom, your
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah.
So this is a very that doesn't go with this like instrumental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because of like the drums and the chanting and the power and
Mhm.
like you said, not only is it very epic, before we had said, you know, it's very much got like a movie theme song
Mhm.
kind of a
Mhm.
vibe to it.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like the beginning of something.
Yeah.
And I have to say, like in the beginning, when the guy's talking about how they're split apart and they're like on the same earth but under a different sky, and then you know under the same sky but on different earth, I'm kind of wondering like, are they in parallel worlds on the same planet?
It sounds like it.
Right, because it doesn't
Yeah.
sound like they're in the exact same spot, and it's even more complicated than like, you're in China and I'm in Korea. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so yeah, I was wondering if maybe they're on two versions of planet Earth,
It sounds like a parallel, I
like a
don't know,
parallel
parallel
universe or
universe.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that I thought was interesting. I didn't catch that the first time around. Also, I have a lot of questions like about the like war paint that both
Yeah.
guys wear at one point.
It's very interesting because like I felt like like I felt like the Mandarin team, like it looked like like Schumann looked like a skull on his face,
Hmm.
you know, but
Hmm.
Kai looked like didn't look like a skull for some odd reason.
And I don't remember there being two people with it in the K one, but in the Mandarin one, there was definitely two different people with like
Yeah. Yeah,
I just thought it was
multiple.
interesting. I was just like, I want like obviously that's supposed to mean something. Again, I feel like this is kind of like a teaser trailer for their entire universe. So I don't
Yeah.
think they expect us to get everything right off the bat.
Hmm.
It's supposed to keep us wanting to come back for more, obviously.
Yeah.
But I have to say, you had mentioned the special effects in the last one. I thought the ones in this video were like really impressive. Like they're
Hmm.
both cool, but like these ones seemed even more like ginormous,
Hmm.
and like the fire breathing dragon and Lei like bringing those flowers back to life, Schumann like making the whole place ice palace, like
Yeah. Yeah.
it just seemed, I was like, wow, it's like I feel like each video kind of got a little grander.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like the pre-debut tracks, like I thought it was like very beautiful, but like they kind of set this video up to be very grand, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
And so when we watch it, it's like, whoa, what? You
Yeah,
know, like
which is
very blown
smart. I
away.
mean, give us the appetizer at level 4 and then crank
Yeah.
it up to 8,
Yeah.
you know, on the debut track, which totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I
Yeah.
really liked like they had some of the same stages, but there was like one stage in here that I don't remember in the other one that I thought was really cool. Um, Hold on, guys, I can find it. Give me a second. Oh, it was this one?
Ooh.
This was in the first video, wasn't it? Wasn't this in history, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember it in Mama, the Korean version. I'm probably wrong. But I remembered like the white one and the other one. And I liked some of these outfits
Yeah.
a little more than the Korean one.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, not to compare and contrast, but let's be real, that's what everyone's going to be doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like I got more of it this time, but of course, it's because I had a better idea of what was coming.
Hmm.
And I have to say, the more I hear Chen's voice, the more I really like it. It's really, really beautiful.
Yeah, I absolutely adore Chen's voice.
Hmm.
So gorgeous.
Hmm.
And of course, in the Korean version, Baekhyun stood out to me, but
Right?
I
Of
mean,
course.
of course. I mean, surprise, surprise, you know?
But yeah, I love the back and forth, you know, when the one guy has a butterfly and then we see Sehun with a butterfly and like
Hmm.
I like how there's crossover. We're still supposed to understand that they're like a unit, even if it's like they're two platoons, but they're in the same army.
Yeah.
And they're fighting different battles.
Yeah, it's very interesting because like then you see them come together like after like the whole like war paint
Hmm.
scene, you know, like
They all
all.
show up together, and then
Mhm.
yeah, they're all together at the end.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you feel like we
yeah,
really get to see their powers a lot
yeah,
more? Because like in the first couple ones, like I feel like we kind of it's like, oh, there's something off about these guys, but it wasn't anything on this scope.
yeah. I
Um,
Yeah, because I feel like this one they really do introduce all of their powers in here.
mhm.
Though, I mean,
It's much more clear.
yeah, yeah, as opposed to like, their last
Before it's kind
video,
of like, ooh, what's happening?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. So this entices people more to,
Hmm.
which is again very smart, to learn more about their music and their concept, People love concepts,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's something so enjoyable about falling into a different world, like that's
Yeah.
so different from your own.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and I have to wonder, like, who is the king they are singing to? Do they have a king back on their planet? Are they here to help a king? I don't know.
I don't know either,
Is one of them the king? I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying that these are questions I expect them to answer. I feel like they're putting all these thoughts in our heads to
Yeah.
see where we go with it.
Yeah.
Also, I want to say they do such amazing branding. Like Schumann's already in like head to toe EXO coat. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
They really their marketing team gets an A plus.
I know, like the EXO on the ring, and then
Hmm.
like you'd see EXO like on the side of the column
Yeah,
before. So,
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
The necklaces, the
I mean,
clothing.
even at the scene right here, you see the
Yeah, I
hexagon
mean,
right there.
yeah,
That's
there we go.
EXO.
Yeah.
You know, very subtle, but it's there, you
It's
know?
everywhere.
Yeah.
And, again, it's just reinforcing that so that when you see that shape somewhere else, you're like, oh, EXO.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like it burned into your brain, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
they did a very good job on that. Yeah.
Super interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Yeah,
mean, it
really
definitely makes
interesting.
you go, hmm,
Yeah.
what? What's
Yeah.
this?
I
I could
know.
see how this would have been like very cool and exciting when you first saw it because there's nothing like it now. I'm sure there was even less like it then.
Oh gosh, yes,
Um,
absolutely.
I should point out
Absolutely.
the Mandarin version has 24.8 million views. So it does have a bit less, but I don't know if maybe that's, how it was marketed or whatnot, or if it was, if they marketed it both to the same group and people had already seen the first one. Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
You might not know at this point that it's two completely separate groups that are one group.
I could answer this question.
Give it to me.
So, yes, and I will. So, but the XOLs, like they pointed out a really good point before about YouTube is banned in China, so they have their own platform.
Oh, that's right. That
So,
makes
is
sense.
it Weibo or something?
Weibo?
Weibo, yeah. And so, it's on another platform. So I believe
I think
XOLs,
Weibo's their Twitter, right?
or is
I
it?
don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, they have
Yeah,
another
they
platform
have
for everything.
a
Another
quote.
Twitter, another
Yeah,
Facebook, another YouTube.
yeah, another platform that's equivalent to YouTube. And XOL said that, you know, the views on there are pretty high. So,
So then that's even more amazing because like these are just people outside of China who watched it. That's a
hmm
lot of people
yeah, yeah,
who don't understand.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
like us, which is
yeah,
awesome because as we're always saying, you don't need to understand the words to really feel and be impacted by the music. So
yeah.
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So, I would say like personally for me, you know, after watching this, the Korean and the Mandarin version, it makes you more interested like in the band. And you know, the song is very, very epic, but I will be very honest with you guys. Like, I feel like maybe this is the type of song for me where like I have to listen to it multiple times, you know, in order for it to be like ingrained in my head.
It's
I
definitely a
mean,
very specific mood.
yeah, it has to be like a very, very specific
Hmm.
mood, you know.
Hmm.
So,
But I
um,
mean, aren't most title tracks?
yeah,
Because it's literally your first introduction.
yeah,
So this is giving us, you know, I feel like they're giving us an 11 and then
yeah,
they're going to have to like take it down a few notches.
yeah,
Um, but it gives us a good overall sense of what they want to achieve.
yeah. So, I mean,
Interesting, super
definitely,
interesting. I mean, I
definitely
agree with you. I'd
interesting.
have to listen to it a couple times.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
I don't understand all the symbolism and stuff.
yeah, for like music wise, like without the visuals, like it's something that I definitely would have to like listen multiple times, but visually too, because I'm very interested in what I'm seeing and
There's
who
a lot going
has,
on.
there's so much going on. And
And
like,
that goes for the music too.
yeah, yeah. And visually, you know, like I really want to memorize like who has which powers because
Mm,
I feel like it's gonna play a role down the road, you know?
yeah.
Like, is someone gonna get hurt and then Lay's gonna like heal somebody with his healing power, you know,
Right.
or something like that? Or is Schumann gonna like stop the red, what's it, the red force with
Yeah.
like his like, you know, freezing powers or something like that? You just don't know. So like
Mm.
Chenyol and his fire, you know, so
Yeah, I
it's
think it's
really
interesting
interesting.
that those two parallel, like it does seem like the polar opposite powers are on different teams.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
So
interesting.
how does that play into it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, more questions than answers with this video, but
Yeah.
I think that's what they want. It's to keep you coming back.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
mission accomplished.
All right, well, let's move on to the next one. This one is Wolf.
Okay.
This one, the Korean version, has 156.2 million views. So we've
Mm-hmm.
gone up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume this must have been their second single. So it's probably still in the same like era.
Mm-hmm.
So well, I'll be interested to see if we get more about their powers or more about their mission. Because honestly, yeah, the powers are interesting, but if I don't know what the mission is, then I'm not sure,
Yeah.
what they're going to be used for. I mean, we kind of got a little bit of it in the trailer, but that sounded like the prophecy,
Mm-hmm.
not the boots on the ground kind of a thing. So I'm interested to see how they make it more immediate and tangible.
Okay.
All right, well then here we go. XO Wolf. Bam. Whoa.
Is that all of their bodies?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Whoa. What is happening?
저기 와 단번에 느껴 널 한 입에 치즈처럼 집어넣을 테다 향기 맡고 색깔 의미하고 와인보다 우아하게 잡아먹을 테다 아무런데 발톱
Wow, are they all in this one?
없어져 혹시 내가 아픈 건가 병이라도 걸린 거니 큰일 나 정신 차려 어쩌다 인간에게 맘을 뺏겨버렸나 그런 입거리뿐이라고
Just in the beginning.
I wonder if that's like a theme.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. I've seen a cover of this. Sorry, I just realized I've heard this song before.
Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Ugh.
Wow.
Oh my.
Wow. Okay, Okay, one thing before we start the next one, I just want to say it's interesting how much of the full band is in this version, and I'm sure is in the other version too.
Yeah.
Like this really confirms that they're 12, not two separate bands. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. I still find that part really cool.
演习的本能难抗拒，多么想要一口吞下甜的香蜜的你，嗅闻香味，欣赏你的心里，我用品尝红酒那样的。
So now they're all singing in Chinese.
阿美火拿手边细水里面的许不见了，我怎么会时常怀疑不想自己是我的病？怎么办？嘿，快醒过来，别光唱这种感觉绝对不可能是爱，它只是今夜的晚餐。嘿，别打扰，告诉我它是猎物，别太多心。嘿，就是不同赛了，等到埋怨生气之前，一定要抓到你。我是Wolf，你做Wolf。 我是狼，我是Wolf，你做Wolf。你是美女，我是狼，好想走入你给的迷宫，掉进陷阱之后，挣扎结为共同。荒漠的你请回来，那个我慢慢打开，如火焰般的瞳孔。看看他。 恐惧在左顾右盼，却是找不到的逃离。我心里像那一头手掌会撕裂我的身体，但他不明白我已经陷入了狂野。只想完美的、完美的、完美的你，成为我的爱、我的爱、我的爱，我不要再逃避、再逃避、再逃避我。一起疯狂的、疯狂的、疯狂的，被你控制的、控制的、控制的，彻底盲目的、盲目的、盲目的。嘿，别打扰，告诉我它是猎物。 就是不同赛了，等到埋怨生气之前，一定要抓到你。我是Wolf，你做Wolf。你是美女，我是狼。我是Wolf，你做Wolf。你是美女，我是狼。我受够矛盾反复靠后。
This is so good.
Wow, this is very, very different than Mama.
Yeah, very different from Mama. Actually, very different from all of their music videos that we've seen so far. I really like this aspect that all of them are together for the most part, you know.
I like how they all seem to be singing on both tracks.
Yeah, yeah. So that aspect is really, really cool. And the instrumental to this is just really dark to me, you know, sounds really, really dark. But also like it captivates me a little bit too. Like, that sounds weird. I know this is like
you like the dark.
I mean, I do, but the the sound like in the instrumental, it reminds me a little bit of like like Missy Elliott, like the little like I don't know how
Mm,
to describe like what is like from a synth or something. I don't know, but
probably like a little
yeah.
chattering kind of.
Yeah, yeah. And so like I was like, "Oh, that's really interesting, you know?" But yeah, like very very different track.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I it's interesting. We were talking about, oh, I hope we get to see more of this and that. It's like, okay, are they shapeshifters too? Because that was the only real power we saw here.
hmm
Um, so that's interesting too. So I get the feeling now it's not going to be like we're not going to. Not everything might be like connected to the story arc. There might be some like standalone pieces, which is true in any good TV show.
hmm
So I was just surprised. This felt like very different from where we've been going.
hmm
But I like you. I really liked seeing all the guys dance, all the guys sing, both versions. Um, I like seeing them as one big unit. I
Yeah, one
just
big
do.
unit. Yeah, same here. Yeah.
So that I feel like is fun. And I mean, yes, some people got a little more featured on different tracks. I'm a little concerned for Schumann. I feel like he's barely around in these.
Yeah.
Where's he at?
I know.
What's he doing with him?
Where you at, Schumann?
Bust him
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
But there does seem to be a lot of opportunities for different people to shine, which is really nice and hard in a group this size.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Their choreography is very interesting. Well, the song is called Wolf, of course. And so they had a lot of movements, like a wolf,
Like
which
animalistic.
mm-hmm,
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
Hmm. I
Like
feel like you really liked the vignette at the beginning, like that, like outline, the pose.
yeah, yeah, that was really, really cool. And gosh, like how long do they have to stay in that pose, you
I
know?
know, right?
It's like it looks very exhausting, you
It
know?
looked like the tree they're supposed to be building, right? Or whatever.
The tree of life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe that's like the through line a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
with the tree of life. Like who knows, but
Yeah.
um very, very interesting too. Like I do like certain scenes too where I believe like Kai was the one that jumped out and like scratched the screen.
In this version. In the
Yeah,
other version, it's the guy who does all the martial arts.
a towel, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Sorry, guys,
so
I'm still learning some of the members we didn't see guides for.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and
So
yeah, so that stuff too. It's interesting because it's like you see different parts. It's weird. You wouldn't think that Kai would be featured in the Mandarin one or that Tao would be featured in the Korean one. So that was kind of cool for me.
yeah, so it's like a switch,
Hmm. Hmm.
So
And
yeah,
like Sehun did some stuff in the Mandarin one, he definitely didn't do in the Korean one.
yeah,
So again, or he probably did. It's just the camera's on him for it in this one.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, very I feel like this back when this was released, I feel like this is like a very different like unique video, I feel
Hmm. Hmm.
like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really interesting.
Yeah, really interesting. And the when I was so surprised, guys, it's because I was like, oh, I've seen a cover of this. I just didn't know it was a cover of EXO.
Yeah.
When I was watching Kingdom Legendary War, all the groups were put into like mega units, kind of like vocal units and rap units and performance units. And the dance performance unit did this song,
Oh,
which I now see why, because there's like, I mean, their choreography was different, but still there's a lot of great animalistic, interesting parallels you can do. And two people who really stood out for me because they were part of the reason I was watching was Lino and Felix from Stray Kids. They had very prominent roles in that cover, and they were really good.
mm.
So, but I really didn't. I don't know how many songs are called Wolf, guys. I
Yeah.
just didn't remember that it was EXO. So it wasn't until I heard the chorus. That's why I was like, oh wait, I've heard this.
Yeah, so like the hook is very memorable, you know, because you
It
remembered it.
didn't, I knew it right away as soon as
Yeah.
I heard it.
Yeah.
So that bodes well because I watched that like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So, I mean, it still is catchy enough to be in there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because like your reaction to it was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys, I've seen this before,"
I
you
know. I was like, whoa,
know?
I've heard something. I know something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, I mean, it's interesting because it's catchy in a weird way. It's not maybe something that you would sing the chorus to out of nowhere, but
Mm-hmm.
like when the song's on, you would know it and you would sing along. It's memorable, but it's maybe not something that you just like bust out in the shower.
Yeah. I feel like the I have like a weird mind, you guys. I'm so sorry. But I feel like this type of song is good in a movie, like in
Mm.
a suspense type
Again, we're
of
still
movie.
doing epic here, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And that's the
It's very
feeling.
grandiose.
Yes, and that is the feeling that I get from this song as well. Like I feel like this song would be great like in a movie that is very like thriller like,
Hmm.
suspense. And those types of movies, let's be real, you guys, there's always gonna be movies created,
Yeah.
forever. And this song is like it has like that darkness to it, it has like that like even like the song sounds very suspenseful too.
Hmm.
And like I feel like this song could be like placed in a movie where it's like, some like man or woman walking down an alley, or both man and woman walking down an alley
You're
together.
so equal
And
opportunity slasher.
yes.
Why can't they
Uh,
both
yeah,
die?
yeah, and you hear like this dark song, like playing in the background. It sets up a mood for you. So
And it definitely
again,
continues their streak of every song's completely different. Like
yeah,
after hearing these four songs, I still don't really know what their sound is. And that's
yeah,
a good thing, in my
yeah,
opinion,
yeah.
because it means they have a lot of colors and a lot to show.
Yeah, so versatility is very, very, it's very great. I mean, it's our preference,
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
music. There's other bands out there that always have the same sound and it works for them and they
Hmm.
just continue on with it because
And
it
I
works
mean,
for
you can
them.
tell that this is the same band because of those crazy soaring voices.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
again, I'm not sure what the trajectory is, but I don't need to know. They don't need to know. This is very early days. And
Yeah.
instead, it's more just like, ooh, interesting. Ooh, what's
Yeah.
that?
And it's cool that they're very versatile like this because like you could hear like their different vocal ranges too, like throughout all of, these different songs so far that we've seen. So it's really cool to see that too.
Yeah.
And I feel like in each video that we watch, it's like, oh, wow, he could sing in that range, or oh my goodness, wow, like that power, or oh my
Yeah.
goodness, look at that dance move. So I feel like with each music video that we watch, we learn more about them, little by little, which again, very smart, on SM Entertainment's part, because they kind of just lure you back and be like, hey, this is our band EXO. Aren't you interested?
Right?
I bet you
You don't know
are.
what's happening yet, do you?
Yeah. Don't
I know
worry.
you don't.
We'll get you.
We'll
We'll
get you.
get you. And they have. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to the rest of their catalog, and where it takes us because
Yeah.
right now we're just seeing like like just different flavors, I would say, or different colors of EXO. And the more different colors we see, the more we get interested because again, that's our type of vibe. Like I feel like we like seeing that type of versatility from a band.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
you're probably not going to believe this, but the next track we're going to hear next time is called Growl.
Oh, okay.
We're
All right.
going to continue on this animalistic theme. Let's do
Yes.
it.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, because I know XOL they kind of, gave a little spoiler already, but Growl is the one that put them on the map. So, looking forward to
Gonna
that.
be
I
good.
know. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching with us. We really enjoyed seeing the different colors of EXO so far, and we cannot wait to watch more of their music videos for sure. So, if you guys like this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we will definitely see you next time. And we are LaChiMoLaLa. And we will see you next time.
Yes, we will.
Yes, for EXO.
안녕.
안녕.